The deep hum of the ship is relaxing. Bay doors open as some of the passengers cross different parts and places on board the spacecraft. The sounds of electronics ring, chirp, and ding. The spacecraft has become a comfort to me. The humans, though, 5 exactly, 3 men, 2 women. They are all very interesting creatures. They have explored so many different planets, captured all types of alien life forms on video and with pictures. The crew are now heading home with their new evidence from places beyond where they come from. I am just a guest. Well, I look at it as that. I have been alone for so long, just floating in the pitch black of darkness of space. I don't remember how I came to be. I have been staring into emptiness, feeling and taking in the cold, as my only true friend for so long. This spacecraft found me and ran right into me, as I sat with all my body spread to far parts of the galaxy, reaching out for anything that has life or light. This craft hit me and I cling to it. I merged into it and made it my home, all of the inhabitants inside the vessel. I submerged my energy into them, absorbing their thoughts, dreams, feelings, learning them, knowing them, and feeding off their life force. I enjoyed living amongst them, listening to their secrets, their needs and wants. It entertained me. It made me feel not so alone anymore. If I had a body, could they love me? Could they be my friend? Could they treat me like a person and not like a thing? But knowing their minds, they would fear me. They would want to study me and find out what I am and how I came to be. It would never happen anyway. I'm invisible to the human eye. I am just particles that only could be seen if they had the correct technology to view me in my state. I have submerged into their devices and computer programs. I have learned of the human culture and understand them much. I stay with the humans for months. I lurk around hallways and corridors, listening, watching. I see them undress and look up and down their naked flesh, learning the bodies they move in. Man, woman, woman, man. 2 of them are in love, and I watch them embrace one another in position. I don't know what this is, but I want to learn it and do it. One day, I follow the man into his workspace. He is alone working in the engineering room. I swoop down and cling to him. He inhales me without notice, and I venture into his body, locking my spirit into his life force. I soon gain control over his body. I now can see from his eyes, breathe from his mouth, feel with his skin. I know his thoughts and everything he feels. No one will notice, I hope. The woman meets with me and she can't tell. I laugh and I talk, remembering all the former knowledge and conversations of what had gone on between the 2 humans. We later go to her room and we both take off all our clothes. The intimacy was sensational and something I would like to do many more times. After my human body climaxed, I felt burning all over. Then there was a fire, colors, purple light, skin melting, screams coming from my mouth and hers. Our bodies fused into a mess of naked, disfigured flesh and muscle. Our faces shifted into one another, and I couldn't hang on no longer. So I released myself and floated up above. The 2 of them still alive, but now a monstrosity of mess, arms and legs and private parts. I thought maybe this wasn't for me. Soon the heap of meat and dangly body parts pressed the button to the room to make an escape. It crawled out into the corridor. The mouths on it screamed out for help. It gurgled and puked as well. Then it stopped as it reached the medical bed. There was a vibration as the creature violently shook. A man came across the gruesome body. He yelled in horror, not realizing it is 2 of his crew members. He pressed an alarm button, then ran away from them. I can feel them both declining into darkness. I went to them to embrace them as I can now hear their hearts beat. Both were afraid, and both wanted to die. I felt all around inside the freakishly deformed body and saw that there was no fix to what I caused. I had hurt them. They both suffered terrible pain. I needed to show them mercy. They were struggling to breathe. So, I stopped their hearts. Then I felt something I have never felt before, never experienced. I felt their energy leave. It was like a warm, pulsating light that seemed to drift and stammer. It was a beautiful thing. I tried to hold it for myself, thinking I could make them stay within me. Maybe I wouldn't be alone anymore. But the energy they had faded away, and I was left with a lifeless corpse. Faces fused together with a horrible, screaming expression left. As hideous as they looked, I felt sad for them. I loved them. After an investigation, the crew found out who was missing and that the merged body was of 2 crew members. They destroyed the body and sent the ashes into space. It was a dark day, but as days went on, I became more and more infatuated with my human experience. I wanted more. I found the last female on board and entered her body while she slept. I watched her dream and seen what she dreamed about. She dreamed about her kids back home, her husband, her mom and dad. She had a warmth within her. It was good. I then took over. I woke with my human blue eyes and left my sleep pod. I felt on my naked self, feeling the skin, the firmness of my breast, the tightness of my muscle on my calves and arms. I even played with my hair. I enjoyed playing with my hair. It was fun. There was a mirror in the room. I went to it and made facial expressions. Sad, angry, happy, goofy, smiley. I could have done that for many hours, but I need to behave like the others. Fit in. Be human. I got dressed. I walked the ship, touching the walls and feeling objects. The feeling of metal, fabrics, wood, steel, carpet, all was so nice to do. I went into the food court and ordered a meal from a robotic type of machine. Fries and a burger. I ate the fries. My taste buds were rich. I know I made odd facial expressions, but I couldn't help it. I was in love with eating. The burger was even better. My eyes watered as I stuffed the food into my human mouth, the meat a bit greasy. Tasty sauce enhanced my taste buds with delight. The cheese felt like it was still melting. The smell lingered long after I finished. I ordered more things and ate until I felt the belly become full. I couldn't eat anymore. It felt like I have done too much. One of the other humans walked into the food court. He was worried about me, asking me if I was okay. He took my hand, and I started to cry. I couldn't stop crying. At this point, I can feel the woman inside fighting. She was afraid. I was starting to lose control, so I held on to my control. I should have not. The woman started choking, and I couldn't breathe. We both couldn't breathe. Our skin started to burn. Then I was hot. So hot I had to release her. Once I did, I floated up over her. She was screaming as her skin melted away. I could see the shape of her skull in her face as her eyes melted, leaking out of her eye sockets. After her death, I felt a strange feeling of remorse. I missed being her. I missed her. I missed my first also. He was fun too. I miss them both. The ones I inhabited will always be with my thoughts. I didn't want to do it anymore. It was time to stop. The last 2 survivors were afraid and tried to investigate what happened. They became paranoid and started having nightmares. Some days they wouldn't eat. It was sad. I felt for them at times. I missed eating. I missed the human interactions. And I wanted it so bad, so I thought maybe just one more time. Then I'll stop. Maybe this time I can control it. Maybe the human won't die. I'll try harder to maintain. I took over the captain of the ship and went to the gun range. I had seen how to fire the weapons in their videos, their special devices, and in their thoughts, which helped me have a great understanding on how to handle a weapon. I felt the gun, and it felt good. I wondered what it will feel like to shoot at targets. So I did. It was fun. The kickback of some of the weapons made me laugh. Hearing the sound come from my mouth of laughter was odd, but it made me feel good. So I kept laughing, and I dropped the gun and kept laughing. I walked up and down the corridor laughing. I could feel the skin on my face stretch as I laughed. My mouth widened. I couldn't stop it. It became one of my favorite things to do. I stepped in front of a glass mirror that held my human reflection. My eyes with dark circles and my skin pale and sickly. My hair unkempt. I could see the horror in the eyes. The man that once was trying to regain control, but I was having too much fun. I wouldn't let that happen. Not now. I tried to hold my control over him, but then my skin started to burn. I thought, no, not again. I need to release him. I can't lose another one. So I floated up out of it. The man fell to his knees and started coughing. The other crew member rushed over to him and tried to help, but it was too late. His neck collapsed. His skin began to melt off. He fell over with his face exploding as it hit the floor. No, no, no. What is going on? The last crew member shouted. All I could do was watch. The man, now the only human on board, panicked. He trembled, looking around, trying to make an understanding of what just happened. The man then pulled out a gun and placed it to his head. I saw this and I couldn't let it happen. I just can't be alone again. Not again. I won't body hop anymore. I'll stop. I don't want to be alone. I can't do it again. I just can't. But this man is making me have to. I have to save him from himself. I reached down to control him, feeling that doing this is the only way to prevent him from ending himself. Just as I touched him, his body jerked and twitched. He groaned and moaned. I could tell he could feel me inside him trying to stop him. His thoughts telling me to get out. His thoughts telling me not to take him. I shouted inside his head to not do this. His heart raced, and for a brief moment he heard me. He acknowledged me. This was the greatest gift given to me. I am real. I exist. He spoke to me. For the first time in a long time, I finally felt alive. You won't take me, he shouted. Then with all his might, he pressed the trigger. I lurk around this ship all alone, searching for humans. I know there is no one alive anymore, but I keep searching. All I have are their belongings, and empty rooms filled with silence. I am alone again. This place used to have so much life, so many stories, so many dreams. All I can do now is remember my experiences. I was human for a while, and now I'm just this, existing, wondering. It's getting cold again. This empty ship is all I have, my new friend. Maybe someone will find it. I won't do as I did before. I promise I can't be alone again. I need someone to find this ship. I can't be alone. Not again. I miss them. I miss all of them so much. I'm alone.